Hello from Rod Rook. Go to start. Many people recognize that as the old go-to statement. Is time travel possible? Yes, it is. But the community thought it was a good idea not to do so. Go-to statement, time travel. Now, before we talk about time travel, we need to talk a little bit about the source of our knowledge. Now, who knows who Gene Roddenberry is? Well, apparently he had an inside source on technology and a few other things. FYI, Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek is your best non-biblical source for all technical knowledge. Just in case you didn't already know, Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek is the recipient of knowledge and technology from a very high source, just like many other people in other science and technology. For instance, Microsoft and Intel were recipients of knowledge and technology. Many other science and technology, such as the ones in Silicon Valley, was recipients also. Does anybody remember when we tried to go to the moon with the processing power of less than today's calculator? Not even processing power. Not even enough processing power to make red alert sound on Captain Kirk Enterprise. I think a few scientists and engineers got pranked on that moon trip technology. Apparently there was big mistakes made. The moon landing project didn't use any of the Star Trek technology that came out in 1964. Speaking of technology release, there are a few things that come to mind to me. How did the Star Trek world know about that flip phone in 1964? Did anybody notice how casually they used the 3.5-inch color floppy disk? Okay, now just think of this. They had a laptop that was on spinners and could easily spin around for easy use. Now this alone indicates that they've been using those laptops for probably 10 years or more. Yes, the spinning laptop is a simple mechanic, but functionality and simplicity is the hardest thing of all to create and even know about. Well, to fully explain or attempt to explain, it was necessary to go over that first prerequisite, to get it out first. I'm certain some people may think that it's comical to make reference to Star Trek and science as a credible explanation of today's technology. But just remember those flip phones and floppy disks. Nothing else need be said. So let's get down to business of time travel in the go-to statement. For the record, I've watched all of the Star Trek movies and the entire TV series of Star Trek, with the exception of the new Discovery series. If you haven't watched all the Star Trek pictures yet, it's not too late. They are all still available for viewing. Now, let's talk about Captain Kirk and all the other Star Trek captains traveling faster than light to travel back in time. Many of the Star Trek personnel have explained time travel in detailed ways, many times. Time travel is a very simple and functional. So let me start by explaining the principle with a very few simple examples. Now, as time carries us across existence, we can only see one slice of existence at a time. But the whole existence is always there. As a Star Trek character Q explained to Captain McCoy many times, tell Captain McCoy, you can only see one instance of time, one instance of existence. You're so limited. But I can see the whole of existence. I can see the whole loaf of bread. And I can go wherever I please, when I please. But you can't. Here's a simple example of how time works below. This flowchart represents an accurate time travel example. It's functional and simple. The GOTO statement takes you back in time, shortly before you started. The GOTO statement could take you forward in time also to a place, time, label on the flowchart. Now the programming engineers watched Star Trek, and they saw what time travel did, how time travel polluted the timeline and caused many problems. So as a result of what they saw on Star Trek, they did their very best to get rid of the GOTO statement. Now the GOTO statement was the easiest way for time travel on a project. But they went on to explain, you don't need a GOTO statement. It's just too messy. Just don't use it. Okay. So there will be much more on the GOTO statement in later posts and videos. Rod Rook. Jeff, raise the shields and engage the cloaking device. Joe, set a course for a planet where they playing chess and drinking margaritas. I want to get there yesterday. Engage. Janice, alert all of my senior staff to meet in my ready room at 2 o'clock. Tell them to bring their 3D glasses. We're gonna watch a movie.